Okay, Kylie, part 2. So we're going to do a flower essence hologram for you now. So, where do we need to go with this? What's our first coordinate? Small intestine. Oh, really? Okay, so it's small intestine triple warmer. They are both in the fire element, so I'll actually, I'll send you a copy of the emotions that are locked in there because it's interesting because they're right next door to each other. Both in the fire element, which is the imbalance with love, joy, hate. So it's and in Chinese medicine, of course, joy isn't about too much happiness. it's a bit different to that. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, small intestine trim, right. Okay, so this combination of small intestine and triple heater, when we are feeling it quite acutely, it can actually make us feel feelings of feeling humiliated. So it goes into that deep stuff with like shame and, just really base emotions where there's no energy, there's nothing you can do about it. Because when we feel humiliated, it's often something that someone else has said about us and we take it on board, but it often has no basis on the truth. Not always, but often. So when that is going on, all we can do is just feel yuck because our ego is like suppressed in that moment and it's not a lot of fun. The flower essence is Old Man Banksia. I love Old Man Banksia. So exactly as it sounds, it's sort of like it's a flower essence for when we're just feeling sluggish, when we're feeling weary, when we don't have the oomph to do what we need to do. So it sort of just makes us feel quite disheartened. So let's have a look. Which ones do we need to do? We need to transform. Okay. Most of it. So let's shift that. Body. Okay. It's sort of through the aura we need to shift some of this energy as well as the central meridian and clear some guff in there. I don't need to do either of the small intestinal or triple heater meridians, but also both of those chakras that showed up at the beginning as well. The throat chakra and the heart chakra. So a bit of a combo. Okay. But we need to do 3 layers. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively transform my sluggishness, low energy, and disheartenment into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively show as much kindness and consideration for myself as others and live with energy, enthusiasm, and interest. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively transcend my weariness, my frustration and sluggishness into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively show as much kindness and consideration for myself as others and live with energy, enthusiasm, and interest. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively dissolve my sluggishness, low energy, disheartenment, weariness, and frustration into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively show as much kindness and consideration for myself as others, and live with energy, enthusiasm, and interest. Okay, so now we're going to go in and find which organs are still really out of balance with all of this energy in the system. So sort of go through a process. Hold back for me. Hold back for me. Hold up. That one. Okay. So this is the deltoid muscle, and the deltoid muscle in this circuitry is to do with lung energy, and it's sort of like worse on one side than the other, but heart, lungs would really work together, and lungs is also about grief, guilt, regret. So old stuff that's just stuck in there. Hold them coming down and out. Beautiful. Hold them coming down and out. Overworking. Yeah, I can't run that meridian backwards. Take it a dip. So stomach's overworking at the moment. Yeah, which is often about feeling too much criticism, feeling too much disappointment, feeling too much deprivation. Yeah, feeling too much empathy and sympathy. So each time we're diffusing this emotional gear as well, so I'm not just leaving it in there. So this one's the adrenals and thyroid. So basically the meridian's called the triple heater meridian or triple warmer meridian, triple warmer. And when we've got too much adrenaline about something, so too much stress, too much pain, too much cortisol, basically what it does is slows down either the thyroid or the immune system, so we can end up getting sick regularly. Get sick regularly? Not really, no. So yeah, and it feels to me, going by the bioresonance, that your thyroid, like it feels more thyroid than adrenaline, so your thyroid's taken a bit of a back seat, so the metabolism just isn't in there kicking around. So yeah, so with the thyroid, let's check. Firstly, now at this point, let's just check this little guy. So that's the flexor hallucis longus. Hold up for me. Okay, so now it's showing up. Before it didn't. Okay, because we always have layers of protection on everything, so sometimes things don't show up till later on. So yeah, so that's now the adrenals. It's like your adrenal tap is on, but it's exhausted. So that can make us feel sluggish, depressed, weary, just disheartened with life when we just don't have the oomph and the energy to get out there into the world. I'll check the immune system as well. And hold. Okay. Hold. 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 Yeah, right. So there is some dysfunction within that immune and inflammatory pathways. Hold back, don't let me lift forward. Actually, that's sort of interesting. I wonder, there's no diagnosis of Hashimoto's or anything with the thyroid?
We've got thyroid in our family, but I don't think thyroid's ever been...
Because with reverse T3, let me just, again... I didn't see thyroid antibodies. Let me see whether it will run the vitals again. So I'm just going to run the scan without optimizing it to sort of show what's really out of whack in the body. So this will give me a big list of the thyroid and adrenal hormones. So, I'll check that in a minute. Okay, because your thyroid is locking, which means that it's at least 50% functional, whereas we've got an unlock with the adrenals and an unlock with the immune system, which means they're both not functioning very well. So it could actually be that your thyroid is in hyper action, which could be, the Graves or Hashimoto's, which is just names for a hyperactive thyroid. But basically, if we've got it, then you need to look at the antibodies. Because medically they don't. They give us a name, Hashimoto's, or they give us a name, Graves' disease. If we've got Graves, they do everything they can to destroy the thyroid, to create hypoactive thyroid, and then they put us on drugs for the rest of our life.
That's what my father's sister did.
Yeah, right. Okay. Because, and that's, I think it's one of the few things in the body where they deliberately destroy an organ to create a disease where they can give a drug forever. So, let's not go there. But, so let's have a look. Firstly, the adrenals. So, breathe in, breathe out and push towards me. Breathe in and relax. Breathe out and push towards me. Breathe in and relax. Breathe out and push. Beautiful. And we'll wake up your immune system as well. Wow. Okay, so as we've been working, this is no surprise because we're in the middle of a balance, but the chakras and meridians have all shifted all over the place. We're still shifting energy, but yeah, let me go down. So with the, so thinking inflammatory hormones, the two hormones that are jumping up and down are cortisol dysfunction, which is like chronic stress, and cytokine activity, which is inflammatory markers in the body just running wild. There is some stuff going on, and with stress, it really messes with our ability to balance our blood sugar. So there's probably, say, and once again, I haven't optimized these yet. So there's a half of the pancreas blood sugar glucose hormones are showing up as being out of whack at the moment. So that can be like a pre-diabetic state. So that's where we need to sort of be thinking with our meals. Where's my fat with this meal? Where are my good fats? So, if you're a meat eater, yeah. So enjoying, the fat in your meats, enjoying, your oily fish, enjoying your avocados with your meals, enjoying, nuts, seeds and pulses, except for the ones that show up in the foods that you're not allowed to eat. For now, yeah. Yeah, right, there's a bunch of B complex. So without B complex, we can't make a lot of our enzymes, messes with a bunch of liver detoxification. Yeah, and there's a bunch of liver sort of things. And when our liver isn't working, Actually, the balance, it's not showing up anti-thyroglobulin antibodies or anti-thyroid peroxidase. So I don't think it's in that state of autoimmunity, because that is just not showing up. Whereas reverse T3 is, and that it's about inflammation and stress and toxicity that's stopping the conversion of your T4 to T3 within your thyroid tissue. So that we can sort out. That's great. I'm really glad those antibodies aren't showing up. So I'll shoot you. No, I won't shoot you that one. I'll optimize it first, because that's a bit mean. Because it looks worse than it will be in a minute, is what I'm saying there. So this vitals report that you're going to get now is the one with the most recent, with your emails, the ones that come in the most recently, they're the foods I want you to avoid, because your body might have optimized some things from an hour ago that now it can cope with. So it's the most recent one I want you to pay attention. Okay, so once again going through the organs that we need to sort of pick up. Yeah, right, liver. Okay, so there's 4 muscle tests for the liver. When our liver doesn't function well, we don't metabolize hormones properly, we don't detox properly, we can't deal with our emotions properly. It can end up thickening the blood. There's a substance called fibrin that the liver releases, and fibrin is an acute phase protein that the liver releases when it thinks we're about to be attacked by a tiger. And once again, with your liver, there was a bunch of little things going on there in the liver. So your body unconsciously is feeling like it's going to be attacked by a tiger all the time. And we don't live in Ranthambore National Park in India, so we're going to be fine. I think I heard some article that there was a tiger released somewhere in some park just in the last few days.
Okay.
Hold on, going back. Hold up, I'm going down. Okay, so that one's thyroid not coping with hormones as well as it should be, could be, would be. And hold up. That one's okay. And hold. Yeah, okay. So it's mainly hormones your body is dealing with. So that gives me an idea, because one of my favourite supplements for that is called Lipogen. And Lipogen's got both liver and gallbladder herbs and nutrients in it. It's a really good formula, and it's really quite a good price point. Now I'll send you this one. Okay, so the next one is spleen pancreas. Hold in for me, don't let me pull out towards me. Okay, hold in, don't let me push out. Okay. So this one is the spleen meridian pancreas organ. So spleen is like a big tonsil, hugely involved in the immune system, and your pancreas, of course, is involved in blood sugar control. So when we are trying to get our energy and our moods and our metabolism back, we have to think that every single meal we have messes with our metabolism or increases our metabolism. Because all day, every day, your body is trying to make sure you've got the perfect combination of insulin and glucagon whizzing through your body depending on what it needs. So when we are getting challenged, and remember there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the body behind the scenes, if we have one really inflammatory meal, just say pizza, beer, and, hot deep fried chips, then that's an inflammatory meal for most people. That inflammation can keep creating inflammation in the body for up to 6 weeks if we don't have systems in the body that help to calm it down. I know, it's nuts, isn't it? So you can imagine that's why so many of us are chronically inflamed.
Because of the high, like, processed diet that
Oh,
most people are on.
They reckon that between 55 and 60% of people have at least 60% of their diet being ultra processed, which there's zero nutrients in ultra processed food. So they're anti-food, they're anti-nutrients.
Wow.
Okay, let's go back in and check that deep hidden survival pattern now. All the organs are nice and balanced. So once again, back to your adrenals and hold. That's better. Hold, beautiful. Survival switching. Deep survival. Hidden deep survival. Awesome. Immune system. And I'll check your chakras. Just make sure they're all happy, healthy, and well. Yeah, okay, good. They're back in balance. And with all the visualization and stuff you're doing, you can even just sit there with your hands over each chakra. You know, for do 10, 20 seconds. Go to the next one, 10, 20 seconds. Go to the next one, 10, 20 seconds. You know, and if you work through your chakras one by one, you will shift energy in your body. Because the chakras are taking in, it's like they're little energetic 5G towers, haha. So they, yay, our friends. So yeah, they're taking in all this energy from the world around us. So when our chakras are broken and challenged, then what's going on in the world around you that's allowing them to be broken or hyperactive or hypersensitive? So it's, you know, about really creating some protection in our energy, in our auras, in our own bodies, so that we're less affected by the people around us. And sometimes we can't change the people around us, so all we can do is improve our own protection. How do you feel being the surrogate? Feeling some peace and calm in there?
Definitely.
Okay, Miss Kylie, this is a new program for this body now, and in the future the old program for this body is no longer necessary. Now or in the future. Hallelujah and amen. Kafrari used to say that. Now I'll make you back to yourself again. Okay. I am 100% Cherie. And just for you to make sure there's no residual, feel yourself in your world in a place that you're just how you want to be, how you want to feel. Life is good, life is good, life is good. I'm 100% Cherie. I'm happy being me. And hold. Hold together. Hold out. Awesome. Beautiful. Thanks, Kylie. I'll have this uploaded and get a copy to Cherie as soon as I can.
Awesome.
Yay. Talk to you soon.
Okay.